Thank you.
No worries. And we're live.
Hmm?
And we're live. Comments. So, have we got, yeah, one person's watching. Hello, one person. That's nice.
Oh. Turn that down.
It's Steve Armitage. Hello, Steve Armitage. Good evening.
Hi, Dusty.
And Phil Atwell. Hi. Just letting a few people get in. Anybody else is coming?
And Dusty's back.
Okay.
Hello, people of Dragonfly.
Maybe we should just play the video while we
Maybe you should do what?
Play the video while people come in.
Yeah, you can if you want. We have. Oh, this is really kind of playing up tonight. I might have to start this again.
Hello, Paul Waring.
Get the feed so I can see what's happening. Hello, everybody.
Who's seen the video?
Slow. Pardon?
I was just going to ask if anyone wants to see the video. And
Hey,
Maryland,
hello.
Ocean City, Maryland. Wow.
Hello, Steve Armitage. Hello, Phil Atwell. Hello, Paul Waring.
No sound.
I was thinking about you, Paul Waring, today, and Tom as well, father and son. Hello, Rob Sansom. Hello, Craig Clark. Oh, no sound. Phil's saying no sound. Anybody else? Hello, sunny Ocean City, Maryland. Is it really sunny? We didn't really. It's bright and sunny here, but very cold.
Has anyone else got no sound, or is that just a local to that computer thing? Just looking now.
Just bear with me 1 second. I just need to attend to a cat.
Sound is great, Steve Armitage says. So, Phil, it's local to you, my friend. Maybe log off and log back in again. I don't. It seems to be the magic thing. Sounds okay. Thanks, Paul. Okay. In that case, then, maybe while people are coming in, we could play the video. Oh, thanks, Craig. He can hear us both.
Very sunny but cold. Oh, you can hear us. All right. Well, I hope your sound returns, Phil. Sometimes it takes a little bit of fiddling about.
So, do we want to play the video? Do you want us to play the video while people come in, or are we in? What do you reckon?
I can play the video, Angie. I love the video. In fact, I'd like to kind of watch it.
Let's have a watch party.
I actually, there she goes.
You can still, I've not started it yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What were you going to say, Heath?
I was there at the premiere, actually.
You seem to have frozen. I think we're trying to screen share a screen share. That's maybe just blowing its mind a little bit. I'm going to stop that and go back to here.
Well, so, I get, live video interrupted.
Yeah, I think I was trying to screen share a screen share. That's not really going to work.
Okie dokie.
But
Paul
I can-
Mays. Hello, Paul Mays. So, oh, it's all going very, very fast now. It's catching it up with itself. So, how is everybody? Oh, we lost some people there, I think. We're on. Can everybody see and hear us again now?
Got 10 people in.
My screen has vanished on the chat. Been listening to the album since it arrived. Fantastic. You should be so proud. Steve Armitage, thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, I think we are proud of it, aren't we? We're glad that it's out there, and you loyal, almost first 500ers are now with the album. And yeah, I don't really know what I was expecting ahead of the release date, Angie, but I'm really chuffed, as they say.
Chuffed's good.
That, you know, we've got 2 more days until the official release date, and I do believe that looks like 6, either 5 or 6. I think there's 5 first 500s left. So go, go, go if you want one.
That's really good.
It would be great, wouldn't it? Hello, Ian Wheatman.
What track are you going to play, Ian, on your show?
Evening all, off to host radio show soon. 8 p.m. start. Odin Dragonfly on my playlist. air1072.com. Go visit, everybody. Go and check out Ian Wheatman's show. Or is it a secret until you play the track? Maybe we should send people there to find out what track it's going to be. So what's happened since we last? When did we last see you?
Just in the new year, wasn't it? Something like the 6th.
It was, and yeah, recovery mode activated. I've just been asking Angie how you feel. You're feeling slowly chipperer. Yeah.
Slow business.
I'm a bit up and down. So, but we're here, and let's rock and roll. So, we have a competition for you this evening, and I was a bit indecisive about what question we were going to ask. So, Angie came up with loads of ideas. So, I believe, Angie, we should leave it to you, and you can choose the question to ask.
All right then. In 2019, I think it was, we went to Atlanta and we played with a famous artist who was performing as part of another duo. Who was that? And if you send your answers to odindragonfly@gmail.com, when we next do one of these, which is the, Heather will now fill in the gap, which is on the date, we'll draw it out of the hat and send the first prize winner LP, and the second person a t-shirt, and the third person a CD, which of course you've already got because you know you're amazing loyal fans, so you can give it to somebody at work or something.
Indeed. So. And I think by then it will be probably what will be a standard version of the album, which will be signed, but it won't be one of the first 500 special editions. And hello, Sharon Backler, Kevin, and me tuning in. Hello. You keep freezing. Oh dear.
Both of us, or one of us, or it's okay this end.
It was freezing, but now watching on slight delay and okay. That's 2 people saying we were freezing. It might be catching up after the video trial thingy-mabob. Paul May, CD came today. Many thanks. You're very welcome. Very, very welcome. Yeah, I mean, thank you all. It's amazing, you know. And if popping into HMV is your thing, or ordering on Amazon, or going to your local indie store that is going to be possible from Friday because our release date is on Friday. So, yeah, our competition, we will keep mentioning the question for anybody that's showing up a little later on. But that was, who did we play with in 2019 in Atlanta? There was another duo on the bill. And
Don't put the answer in the chat. It's a competition.
whose duo was it?
Email
Sorry?
it. Don't put the answer in the chat. Email
Yes,
the
you
answer to odindragonfly@gmail.com and win yourself an LP or a CD or a spare CD or a T-shirt. Spare T-shirt if you've already got both. You know, spares. Excellent.
Indeed.
So have we got some questions for this Q&A?
Hello, David Morissette.
Oh,
Yes,
bonjour.
hello.
That's nice.
Yes, so we have had some questions. We have a question from Mr. Craig Clark, who has asked, have we introduced, or what bands have we, or artists have we introduced each other to that we are now fans of? So, do you want to go?
Yeah, I think I can put my hand on my heart and say that I had never heard a Stevie Nicks solo until I met you. And then Belladonna became like one of my like defining albums.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a biggie.
Indeed.
And also the first afternoon we hung out, like I think we'd been working together in Mostly Autumn. You'd been singing and I'd been doing the lights, but we hadn't sort of socialized much. And the first afternoon we hung out, God, so long ago, and your dog Samson was like knocking everything over, and you played me Wild Horses.
Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I just, every time I hear that song, I'm back there at that afternoon, that street that had the hardware shop on the end. Off, you know. Anyway.
Was that when I lived with Julia?
Yeah.
And Anna? Yeah. Wow. Yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I don't remember the hardware shop, but I remember Samson, the crazy Springer Spaniel. But he was like Frank Spencer of the dog world. And oh, your T-shirt fits lovely, Craig Clark is saying. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Was that your bundle? Did you? I think you won a bundle, didn't you, Craig? Maybe a T-shirt bundle before Christmas. Yeah, brilliant. Nice. Glad to know it fits great.
Good.
Now it's ironed, presumably. The ironer of T-shirts, that is Craig Clark. You can come to our house and iron things for us because, yeah.
Okay, so what music have I introduced you to, if any?
Well, I was just thinking actually, I had not heard the Red Shoes album, Believe It or Not. I hadn't heard that until you introduced me to that. And not only had I not heard that album, I hadn't actually seen the film.
The Line, the Cross and the Curve.
Yeah, The Line, the Cross and the Curve. I hadn't seen that. And I remember your flat down Warmgate and being all cozied up watching that more than once. Numerous occasions we used to watch that. And yeah, that again, that became one of my staple albums, you know, and of course all the weepy ballads, Moments of Pleasure, and I can't think of the other. What's the other one with Eric Clapton?
And So Is Love.
Yes, And So Is Love. Yeah. I was talking about Moments of Pleasure the other day. It's an absolutely gorgeous,
great album.
Gorgeous song. Brilliant album. Very diverse, such as Kate Bush. But yeah, that was certainly. I remember one particular. It must have been sort of around 2003, 2004. We seemed to. I think it was after we toured with Blackmore's Night and Uriah Heep as their support act. We'd gone back to Germany and done a lot of touring in Germany and Holland, just as Mostly Autumn in our own right. And I remember having loads of songs from Belladonna and Hounds of Love and the Red Shoes all on this like rotating playlist for a lot of that. I remember staying in the Jeet somewhere in Belgium and seemed to have loads of downtime there in this big courtyard. I remember that playlist. a lot from that particular time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good old
music.
Europe. We miss you being out there. How is the sound and vision now? Are we still freezing or have we caught up now? Don't know if we're still. Yes, I won. Lucky me. Yes, lucky you. And thank you for that lovely question. I was also thinking there was you and McKinty being big Mission fans. I remember, probably don't remember them all by name, but I certainly remember Butterfly on a Wheel.
Oh, yeah.
And that being on lots of your playlists on your famous iPod.
Yeah.
And a lot of All About Eve. You know, I had cassette tapes, but I didn't have any of the rarities. So, you know, playlists that I've been treated to over the years. Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions for us this evening? And you may join us on Zoom if you want to join us with your question, and we can bring you on screen if that's something that you fancy. And I want to just say congratulations to Angie for the beautiful video that is driving, and it's had lots of love on YouTube. I think it's going towards 1,000 views now in a week. Really? I think that's pretty good. And thank you to everybody who has subscribed to our YouTube channel. As we explained in a post a few weeks back, that it's a thing YouTube have until you have 100 subscribers to your channel. You can't actually customize your URL, your YouTube channel name. So we're about 7 off. So if you wanted to, freezing now and again. Oh, that's strange. That's strange. Maybe something's going on in York with the internet. Yeah. Sorry about that, people. Oh yeah, there is some like flickering and yeah. Okay. Yeah, so if you haven't subscribed and you fancy subscribing to our YouTube channel, then please do. And thank you very much for all the love you've been given the new video. And some lovely comments on there as well. I don't know if you've seen them, Angie. Some really lovely comments.
Nice. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and lots of likes as well. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh, Thorgio might have a question. He wants
the Zoom meeting link? I might be in a bad area. Oh, I could be at your end. Yeah, a couple of people have said it though, Dougie. Thank you. Thor, the Zoom meeting link is. Have you got a question for us, Thor? Oops. No, don't do that. It wanted. I tried to pick up the link then, and I almost joined from my phone. I don't want to do that. Just confuse matters. Oops. Yeah, so if anybody wants to join us for a question, come and ask us your question and we will bring you on screen. Did that work? Yeah, that's it. Any thoughts of a live DVD in the future like Aces and Eights? That would be lovely, wouldn't it?
That'd be really nice. Aces and Eights is gorgeous.
It is a really lovely venue, actually. I occasionally pictures.
Oh, I meant the DVD, but yeah, nice venue. You made it nice though, didn't you?
Pardon?
I meant the DVD's nice, not the venue. I don't really know the venue.
Oh,
but the DVD's really lovely.
That's kind of the way I do things, though. Like Dan Lucas sent me a picture of this venue and went, "Oh, I'm doing some gigs here. It would be an amazing venue to record to film a show." And I saw this beautiful room with lovely Persian rug and the sash backdrop, and I just thought, yeah, I can really see that. But yeah, that would be really nice. And there's also, I don't know if they're still doing it, but there's that gorgeous studio in Leeds. Did you see that, Angie? There was think it's called something like Dr. Shakimoto's or something, and they have all the lovely industrial kind of bricks, like New York kind of
Lost apartment style.
yeah, with the lovely big sort of vintage bulbs, all lots of them all hanging and all beautifully filmed. So yeah, that would be a nice thing to think about at some point, Sharon. Thank you. Where these seeds are planted. I feel a bit fuzzy tonight, people.
Me
I'm
too.
sorry.
I get tired really quickly still post COVID.
Yeah,
so, yeah, might not go the distance.
So yeah, it didn't help actually. Right before the video started, I managed to drop a bottle with geranium oil in it, and then had a panic about the cat being in here, and had to scoop him up quickly and take him in the other room because I was worried that it might be bad for him. So I'm partially worrying about the cat and the geranium oil, but I'm sure everything will be all right. Does anybody have any more questions for us? The Zoom link is in the chat. Is it worth, Angie, trying another, having another go at sharing the video?
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll
crash proceedings. And then actually, I have a question that I'd like to ask you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
sorry.
Okay, I'm just looking to see how best to do this in the least disruptive of ways.
No firm touring plans yet, though, for OD or HFB. I think we just need to just see what happens out there. Everything's so changeable, and it's a bit too risky for the way that we do things at the moment. I saw a great thing today that Anneke was involved in. Anneke van Giersberg is involved in Holland. I don't know if you saw anything of what was happening in Holland, but some venues are turning themselves into nail bars and hair salons. I don't know if that's just for the day, as a sort of peaceful protest on, well, we're doing nails and hair today, and there's also a bit of live music, which I thought was ingenious. And
we've got Thorge here. Shall we see if he wants to get in and ask a question?
Greetings, ladies.
I'll
hello, Thor. How are you?
Let him start his video.
Tired, but never mind.
Do you have a question for us?
Not really. I'm just monitoring your. Greetings, ladies.
Oh, you need to mute that in the background, Thor. Otherwise, we'll get dreadful feedback.
What do you want? Sorry.
If you can mute us in the background.
Not really.
Okay. Not on Zoom, on Facebook. You need, yeah. So Thor's muted himself there.
How are things in Iceland, Thor?
He's muted, so he won't.
Ah, okay. Is that perhaps not working? Okay, so do you want to go ahead with your video?
Yeah, let's have another go. So I'm just going to bear with this thought. I'm just going to stop this for a minute.
Again.
Okay, so let's just do that. Don't know if this is going to work, but we can have a go. Keep in touch with us on the chat if we have any problems with this. So let's see if we can do this. Okay, we've lost the chat. Yeah, it's not doing the screen share thing. It's not on the Facebook.
I don't think it's come up.
Yeah, I think we'd have to end the screen share and start
Okay.
again if you want to do that, Heath.
No worries. Louise Patterson has just arrived with a question.
Super.
I didn't see it yet, Louise. Let me just check now. Okay, lovely. Two questions here from Louise Patterson. Thank you very much. If you could choose to cover a song by any artist, which would it be? I'd really like to hear you cover Storms by Fleetwood Mac. Well, that would be great. That would be lovely. That's from Tusk, I believe. Do you know what? That's really strange actually. I think I was singing that the other day. And thinking of, because it's a little bit of a similar song to Beautiful Child, which we've done before, haven't we? We've done it just you and I. In fact, just before we went live, we were talking about that gig at Blakey, which was our first. Sorry about
Headline.
I've got the window open because of the geranium oil incident. Sorry if that was really noisy, everybody. We played Beautiful Child, didn't we, at our Blakey Ridge Odin Dragonfly first ever gig. But yeah, Storms, beautiful Stevie Nicks written song, I believe. I would love that. Angie, what do you think Odin Dragonfly could really do justice to as a cover version?
You'd have to have lots of lovely harmonies, wouldn't it?
Yes.
So, yeah, something like Fleetwood Mac does make sense, doesn't it? With all their lovely harmonies, lots of lovely harmonies. Oh, I don't know.
If we were to cover an All About Eve song, what
have we done? Pearl Fisherman.
I used to do Pearl Fisherman with Simon Snays.
Right.
Don't think we've ever done it live.
No.
But around the time we did the structure of have we done it at Gold Trees? I don't know if you and I think you and I used to sing it like years ago, like when we first started together. But I don't think we've done it. We haven't done it live together.
No.
I don't think.
Yeah, anything off Scarlet and Other Stories has got loads of harmonies on it. So something like December or Road to Your Soul would be gorgeous, wouldn't they?
December.
We'd need a big old band for that, though. Yeah, if we were going to do a little cover version of something, I guess. Oh yeah. Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah, December.
Only One Reason might be quite nice.
What, sorry?
Only One Reason off that album is a nice one. Harmonies again, lots of lovely harmonies on there. Good question. God, you have really good questions. Was there another one, did you say? Did she email too?
There's another question. Yeah, I was just wondering about other songs to cover. I'll keep thinking of the next question. Oh, okay. This is not too personal. Bless you. Thank you for asking if it was too personal, Louise. Do you have a specific process when you warm up for a gig? And this is really interesting because we touched on this a little bit, didn't we, with the backstory process. And yeah, there was like quite a strategic ritual that we would sort of stick to quite strictly, wasn't there? In certainly most of the autumn days carrying over into Odin Dragonfly times, and that would certainly be the playlist that we talked about. And Angie would always ritually get ready as soon as we get into the dressing room. And actually, Louise, this is interesting because this kind of relates to the question that I was going to ask Angie. And I'm just trying to think now which way around we should do it.
Keep talking about this. This is good. Flat Jack. Remember Flat Jack?
Flat Jack. Yeah. You tell us about the ritual of arriving at a dressing room.
Oh, I'll tell them about Flat Jack. So, I'm trying to think if I've got one handy, but those CD covers that are like 2 CDs and like a book and a zip round. Well, there was one of those, but the front of it was a speaker, and this is like, oh, going back 20 years, so this is like high tech, and it was a speaker, and it had a little tiny mini jack lead coming out of it that you could plug into your. I know. And it took 3 AAA batteries in the little flap, which was really loose and they were always falling out. But we didn't want the CD booklet bit of it because we were really fancy and we had an MP3 player. So we cut the CD case bit off and we just had this cover of a CD case, which was a speaker with this little lead sticking out, and it was really robust, and it just used to get thrown in the suitcase and just came out everywhere. And it's 3 AAA batteries, so you didn't need to worry about charges. There's always AAA batteries around, and so flat jack went everywhere. So that would be like the first thing out in the dressing room. It would be like, Nag Champa incense, flat jack, get the playlist on. But warming up wise, there's a very specific ritual, wasn't there? I'll let you talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still
And that
do
was
it now
all part of
religiously.
it, wasn't it? That was all part of sort of creating that ambience of like, many a stinky venue with the sticky carpet. And so, it was all about making our space the same wherever we went, which links very closely to the question I want to ask Angie as well. But in terms of actually warming up, we would find a kettle, usually in the touring tea kit. If there wasn't a venue kettle, we would get out the kettle and fill up the steamers, get a nice warm drink. If it's winter, have some nice propolis and maybe honey in the water. And then I had a Sony dictaphone where I would record all my demos at that time as well, with blank TDKs, cassettes, D90s, and in that dictaphone at warm-up time, in there would go the warm-up tape, which was actually a recorded version of the official Les Miserables warm-up around the piano. It was given to me by Damien Wilson, who of course played Jean Valjean in Les Miserables around that time or just before. And so he would religiously use this particular warm-up tape, and I got used to that through hearing him do it, and then he recorded it for us, and then it's pretty much still our warm-up.
It is. Liv and I still use it.
Yeah, I actually found your cassette the other day. It said Angie's vocal warm-up tape on a cassette, and it just and to the point where we pretty much get the first note, and then we'd be off. Not necessarily even with the actual.
We've done it a few times without, haven't we? When phones have been dead and stuff. The funny thing is, though, it's a tape of a tape of a tape of a tape, and the pitch has dropped so much it's almost perfectly. Hello, Colin. It's almost perfectly a quarter tone away from anywhere. So I've sat and tried to work it out at the piano, thinking it'd be quite a nice piano warm up as well, but you can't because it's just in its own key. Has Colin got a question? Oh, he's gone. Okay.
And he's gone again. He's gone again.
He's gone again.
Yeah. So that was pretty much, wasn't it? Our.
But Liv and I still do the Les Mis warm up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a really thorough, full on warm up, isn't it?
It really is.
It really hits the spot really quickly.
Yeah, and there's even sort of commentary because, of course, it was just a bunch of actors and singers all around the piano, all called for pre-rehearsal.
You're thinking of top C, top C,
top C at the end of it. Yes. Thank you very much, Louise. That they were brilliant questions. I've been playing Sirencentric and loving it. My husband. Louise's husband asked if that was the new album by Dragonfly. Yes, indeed, it is, and that's not even close to the weirdest name we've ever had. Odin Butterfly is very popular. misnaming. But yeah, thank you so much, Louise Patterson. That leads me beautifully to my question to you, Angie. And that is, did you want to tell us a little bit about 4 and 20 moons this evening?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So 4 and 20 moons, really, you need to have sort of the words in front of you. Let's have a look and get the words
there's
up.
a delay coming from somewhere, love.
Oh, it's probably Thorgeir unmuted himself again. There he's muted now. There we go. Yeah, so I need to just have a little look. Oh, look, a Sirens CD, a first 500 Sirens CD. Look at me.
You have one. I actually need to snaffle one for myself. I don't have one.
Oh, this is such a lovely looking thing, honestly. Makes me so excited. But yeah, so 4 and 20 moons is basically the idea, the refrain, make it here, make it home, is so Heather said, we were doing an interview the other day, and Heather mentioned that 4 and 20 moons is 2 years, and we're sort of coming up to having been in this COVID pandemic for 2 years. It's not that. That's not the 2 years that I was talking about. It was really a 2 years.
You
Or
were
was I?
foreshadowing,
Yeah, yeah. It really refers to a long time, 2 years, and a long time to be away from home a lot. And I think it was around that time Heather was talking about earlier with being away with Blackmore's Night, and then Uriah Heep, and then mostly autumn shows. And it had been probably because of the Blackmore's Night stuff, really it had been pretty intense couple of years, and we'd spent a lot of time away from home. And and not a lot of people know this about me, but I get quite homesick, and you have to kind of have stuff with you that makes you feel less homesick. And so the make it here, make it home is not clever enough to do plays on words, but it's really about, make here feel a bit like home, so that you don't feel so homesick, but also, and then you'll make it home, as in you'll get home at some point and you'll be all right and you'll have survived and it'll be brilliant. But it's a bit of a live in the moment now. It's like you will get home, it'll be fine, the wind can tear our sails and things can be pretty rough, but actually just be in the moment now, be right here. And the nothing but a few sweet memories, that kind of refers to Flat Jack. And a couple of pictures, I have some pictures, not in a reachable place right now, but that I've just carried with me all over the place, and I still do it now. My McKinsey has customized my Samsonite hard case, and it has kind of lights and pictures on the inside cover, so when I open it up, it's just a load of memories from home and things to make me feel a little bit less homesick. And that's what that song's about, really. It's about being away and it being tired and difficult, but just enjoy it, because you'll be home soon, and then you'll look back on it and wish you were still there. So I hope that makes sense. I'm just trying to pick out another couple of
I remember you sort of talking about relating it to that sort of dressing room ritual and arriving in a venue that felt a million miles away from home, and then just making it so that you're a bit
set
like
your
when you
stuff
have
up.
a stage set. Like Blackmore's Night actually is the best example of that, like touring with them and all of those photographs that turn up everywhere. You can never tell where it was that you were gigging on that particular night, because they have that beautiful medieval backdrop with the violet moon in the background every night, everywhere. So our sort of pre-show ritual was really about sort of making backstage as samey and as homey as possible every night as well, so that we wouldn't feel that sort of pull so much about being away. And I think like playing with you is my favorite kind of day, and that's almost like I love this gigging. I love this gigging so much. but at the same time, I'm
Yeah.
like desperately homesick. So it was just that was like your way of coping with being away, was sort of catharting into a song like Four and 20 Moons. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lyric from Don't Wait, but yeah.
oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Okay,
Quite
yeah,
similar.
that was going to be another song that I was going to ask you about, because I don't think we talked about either of those two
No,
yet.
but yeah, you're absolutely right. It's lovely to talk about that ritual, and it's really different doing odd gigs here and there to being away for a long time. And we don't really, with families now, you know, um, we don't really do that as much. And it was maybe a part of our lives that, you know, maybe we'll come back one day, and but for now it's odd gigs here and there. But I still do it completely just in a vanity sort of way. I don't need to do the ritual to sort of keep myself from getting homesick, because I'm only maybe away for a couple of nights or 4 or 5 nights. But I still do it because it's become part of the thing to set your stuff up and to get in. And it's as much about getting in the zone for the gig now. That might not have been what it started out as, but that's what it's become over like 20 years of doing it. It's now, if you want to get into the mindset, you know, you sort of taught a bit. I think it was the other day in an interview, you talked about Chris talking about the in between place. You have to kind of leave a little bit behind of the what's outside the stage door and create a little space that's going to be where your head is for the next couple of hours. And I think putting your stuff out is part of setting up to get into that headspace to then step out and do that thing that we do.
Yeah.
And then packing
Yeah.
it away, and that was that. And if you had a bad gig for any reason, if you maybe couldn't hear very well, or if you weren't feeling great, you know, you put your stuff away, and that's the end of that. That's done. That was live, so it's gone now. And so tomorrow you get it all out and have another go, and tomorrow might be brilliant, you know. And it's kind of that sort of, it's the kind of positive side of material things that we both constantly getting rid of material stuff and material connections. Not that you'd know to look at our music rooms, because we've got quite a bit of material stuff and sentimental stuff, but we do both, I know, aren't consider ourselves not to be material people. But then on the other hand, there are certain just little objects that are, you know, precious and sacred.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of about the security of it, isn't it? It's like, you know, certain things and practices, and you know, your ritual. Okay, we warm up this close to going on stage, and we listen to this song. This, you know, they become like your talisman. They're like your lucky rabbit foot before you go on stage, you know. And oh, we didn't do the thing, so therefore we're going to have a terrible gig. And whether you're actually thinking those things, you just, you know, you strengthen what you do and who you are by putting those processes in place, you know. To and it in many ways it's like a discipline. It's just how you train yourself to get to that point where, you know, okay, I'm as ready as I possibly can be now, and the rest is to the wind, you know, when you get into that in between.
Yeah.
Good.
Nice.
Wowzers. So meanwhile, are we chatting on our own, or is everybody still
We've
there?
got 11 people there with us at the moment, I think.
It does usually say about that many people,
But then when you look back, there were loads.
After the gig, there's like 300 views.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are lots of comments. So I hope we've actually, doing Blakey again would be amazing. Yes, it would. Absolutely would be amazing.
So David said, I mentioned, a couple of people mentioned in the chat that they hadn't checked out All About Eve, and so I've recommended what Heather did a post about my favourite album, Scarlet and Other Stories. And David Morissette saying, do I remember that I gave them my cassette when they came to see us in York, and they still have it. And yeah, wow. I don't remember that, but I wondered where it was, and now you've just reminded me I gave it to you. Good. So that's really nice. Well, as long as you love it. And I know that Priscilla is doing loads of singing, so hopefully it inspired her like it did me to sing.
Wow.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, and you for the engagement present that I think it was an engagement present or a wedding present to David and Priscilla. They were given one of my only ever sketches to have been like started and finished in Borrowdale in Grange on our beautiful Grange campsite. So yeah, obviously very special connection there. Yeah, yes, indeed. Yeah, he's really good band indeed.
So we should maybe remind you of the competition question before we go. I
Yes,
think I don't know about Heather,
indeed.
but I'm flagging. And so the competition question for this time is that if you email odindragonfly@gmail.com, you can win an LP or a T-shirt or a CD. And because you're our amazing loyal fans, we appreciate you've probably already got an LP, a T-shirt, and a CD, or an LP on its way, a T-shirt and a CD. But if you win them, then everyone likes to win stuff, and you can give it away. Don't sell it on eBay though, because that's just not good. So the question for the competition this week, email your answer. Don't put it in the chat. Is Heather and I played as Odin Dragonfly in Atlanta in 2019. What duo? Who was in the duo that we played with that night?
Yeah, whose duo was it?
Yeah,
Who
brilliant.
was that duo?
Who was it?
Who was it?
Who was it?
And yeah, don't drop the answer in the chat. Please
Yeah.
email us at
Ruined the competition.
gmail.com, and we will either draw again, I don't know off the top of my head, I'm afraid, when the next live chat is, but when we drop the YouTube link in here after the
I think it's
chat
something
has
like
finished,
the 6th.
I'll send the date as well. Sorry.
I think it's
What was
something like
Oh, have you got
the
it there?
5th, Saturday
Saturday the 5th
the 5th.
of February.
after the rugby. Yeah.
After the rugby.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Don't want to get in the way of the rugby.
No. It'll just be noisy in this house until after the rugby. So yeah. Good.
So Saturday the 5th, which is beyond our launch date for Sirens, which is Friday. Thank you so much, everybody who has been on board for the whole pre-order campaign process. We really, it's not just something that we say. We really couldn't have done it without you, because of course your support has meant that we're able to do this and to get it out in the shops and have the lovely vinyl as well as soon as it arrives, which is around April, we believe. We'll keep people posted. And of course, beyond Friday, we'll have other activities. We'll be keeping you updated, including we will be releasing the test pressings closer to the vinyl arrival date. So for you avid vinyl collectors, that's something for you guys to get excited about, and we'll make those special for you. So yeah, I reckon that's us coming to a bit of a close. If you haven't managed to catch the video for driving yet, beautiful driving video, go and check that out on our YouTube channel, which unfortunately doesn't have a URL yet that I can just go, it's that blah blah blah, youtube.com.
But get everyone to subscribe and then it will.
Yes. So we need 7 more subscribers and then we can change our URL to a customized one. But don't worry if that's not your thing. We'll get there. But please check out the video because it's beautiful. Thank you all.
Thank
you. Yeah, keep warm, keep safe, and we'll see you on the 5th, Saturday the 5th of February. February. How did that happen?
February.
Indeed.
Thanks very much, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.